Hi all. Welcome to this training on JMeter. So, it's not only on JMeter, like there we will be covering so many tools. So, it's like performance testing and engineering using JMeter, core to advanced, right? There are tools like AppDynamics, Dynatrace, AI, coding, okay, Java, Groovy, Beansel, real-time application scenario practice, web app, API, UI, database, Jenkins, GitHub. So, all others are written. I can read out CI/CD pipeline, Grafana, Prometheus, InfluxDB, Linux, Docker, Cloud, BlazeMeter, and then IT standards hands-on with job referrals and mock interviews, right? So this will be key points that added, right, which will benefit many. How it will work, that also I'll explain. So uh, before we move into explaining more on this, right, and course content, I'll just give a brief on what is performance testing and engineering. Right? So many of attendees here will be aware of that, right? Or for many it will be new, correct? So I'll take a few minutes on few minutes, like 20 minutes, right? So it will be just the introduction session, and then we will cover other topics, benefits, right? Because today is demo, right? And then I'll take your questions and doubts, right? So that will be agenda. So today agenda will be like that's what introduction to performance testing, why to learn JMeter and all those tools, right? Then I'll talk about myself. So for now, myself, my name is Vallabh Kumar. Okay, benefits of course and other things. So I'll answer all these things. Okay. So let us start with introduction. Okay. So see, like how we have software development, right? So same way we have software testing, and uh, so in software testing, right, we have different types of software testing. So every software that is getting developed, which is also an application, so parallel it has to be tested also, right? So in software testing only we have two categorization, that is functional testing and non-functional testing. Okay. So I'll take you to this slide. So here you can see the categorization. So functional testing and non-functional testing, right? So functional testing, what is the difference between them? I'll cover that in next slide here. But for now, just understand that performance testing is part of non-functional testing, okay? Performance testing, and the afterward of performance testing, that is called as engineering, right? So it's just the extended part with little advanced uh, stuffs, okay? But this performance testing is coming from this categorization. Basic is performance testing. Now, just to understand the difference between two, we have this diagram here where suppose there is a car. Okay. So before I explain, I see there are 13 people are there. So be patient. Okay. If you have any doubt, I'll cover all this. This will be just an introduction. So I have to give that. Right? Maybe who many will be repeating. Maybe I don't know who will be knowing me as well. So this will be he feel that it's a repeating. But do not get offended or like anything, because the things goes like that. Okay. So I'll give a brief of not more than 10, 20 minutes, and then I'll take the all queries. Okay. So have patience. Or if you want to skip this, so you can just come back after 20 minutes also, right? But or be the meeting and just listen. Fine. So this is a car, right, which is designed here, and so if you see, suppose a car is designed right in this uh, world. So when it testing happens, right, so everything will be tested, like component wise. So few component like I have here. Okay, every component will be tested individually, so that is part of functional testing, right? And when the same car is put on road, okay, and when it is driven. So before it get launches, it is driven on the road and then it tested. So that is the main thing, because car and all the thing are supposed to be designed to run, right? Anything is designed to run, running, right? Run word is common in everyone life. Even we are running in our life, right? So everything is running, correct? So application is also running. Right? So when they run means when they are in use, correct? So how they behave, that is where this performance word comes. Correct? So when after everything is okay, and then everything got assembled, everything is fine, and then when it goes in on road to have that deliver that performance, right? So their main thing comes like what is the performance, how reliable it is, right? How everything is coming, mileage, everything. How is the mileage when one person is occupying? When load is there, load means more persons are there, luggage are more, right? Uh, then reliability means suppose we are driving for a long duration, correct? So how reliable that comes, whether it is breaking in middle, its component is breaking in middle. So that is the main thing, right? Like driving it for almost 1,000 kilometer, 2,000 kilometer, and then coming up with the reliability stuff. So that is where the performance things come, right? So same, right? So I got the idea. So same way we have applications. So when there will be any application design, so it will be tested also. Now in testing, there will be two parts, functional and non-functional. So functional wise, uh, every component will be tested individually. But in performance part, whole when it will put in run, right? Run means in uses, and then when users will be coming on it, right? And using that application, correct? Then how is it performance? Plus, when the users is using it for longer duration, then how reliable it is. So that is the factor, right? So here, one is small another slide. So suppose this is one screen of Google login, the old one. Okay, now the new one has changed. Now suppose here are three parameters are there: putting the email ID, password, and then signing. So functional wise, when the tester tests it, there are different parameters. Each component will be tested, and they will try to find test cases will be written, and then they will try to find the negative and positives, pros and cons of the thing, then how it works, or whether all the test cases passing on, right? For an example, suppose about email button, whether it is taking at the rate or in that or not, password, it should not be some sort of length, right, or maximum like that. Then sign in button is whether it is working properly. This is simple test case I'm saying. There can be more. Okay, so that is about this functionality testing, functional testing for this page. Now, for the same page, when it will come to performance, right? So how fast the login will. So let us say 1,000 users doing the login, the real users, right? Or 10,000 users doing that. So how fast it is, correct? And uh, in performance part, right? We do not worry about the individual thing. We put it as a whole. Like user will just put the username and password, and it will hit the login. So like now, uh, so same way, any other application, suppose we are using a food booking website, correct? So whatever the process is, correct? Starting from opening the app, searching the food and all the thing. So all their parameters will be there individually. That will testing them whether it is working fine or not will be part of like function. But how fast they are working, and when multiple users are doing that, then how is the performance of the application? So that is the difference between functional and non and performance testing, right? Which is very simple to understand. Now, if we talk about the tools and technology, so functional testing is done using manual and automation. Okay, so you might have heard of, you must have heard of this manual tester and automation tester. And there are tools. So a manual, like manual way testing individually everything one by one, right? Opening the website for anything and checking whether it is supposed to be work, how it is, whether it is working, how it is supposed to be work, right? So that is manual way, and the same thing when it is done through tool. So that is automation, right? So same manual tester, automation tester, automation tool that are used to do functional testing are like Selenium, APM, Cypress, Protector. All this many are there now. Playwright has also came up, and two more tool has came up, right? But these are the famous ones. Okay. Now, uh, when it comes to non-functional, so in that there are two parts actually, performance and security. So security is totally different. I have just written it, but do not get confused with uh, like performance testing. Okay, security is totally different domain. These three comes as one when it comes in any job. Okay, this is totally separate department, right? But this is also part of non-functional. Why they are called non-functional is very simple, because we do not worry here. The tester has not to worry about the functionality, individual functionality. Here he has to worry about, he has to think from the user perspective. When the user is using it, then how is the performance behavior or how secure that is, right? So from user perspective, correct. So that makes the difference, and that's why they are called functional and non-functional. Okay, right. So here the main one which we'll be learning like performance testing, and why we will be learning again like because we have to know all these three. If you see current market trends, so manual tester job is not there. He has to know a manual tester supposed to be automation tester now, and automation tester is also supposed to be performance tester also, correct? So these all three are interlinked, right? And plus giving the current situation going in the market, if you see like it's so worse, if I say not worse for the good candidates, right? Worse for who are not upskilling, correct? Means not learning many technologies. So um, right, so that is the thing. Okay, and security testing is totally different domain. So if you want to go in security, become a security tester also. So uh, those tools and technology used and method used in security testing is completely different from this. This is a proper testing of the application, which normally we say. This is like backend part from security point of view. Okay. Now, performance testing tools available in market are like LoadRunner, Stormer, which is LoadRunner Cloud, Seed Performer, New Load, IBM RPT, VPT, VSTS Boots, Oats, Gatling, Lucas, K6, and JMeter. Right. So the JMeter is now. If you see, so many tools are there, but why JMeter? There will be question. And there is one more famous tool which is LoadRunner. So LoadRunner is a benchmark tool in this IT industry. LoadRunner come very long back, okay? And it is a benchmark tool. Benchmark means like a very highly featured tool, right? Now the disadvantage of this is like it comes very costly. Right? Current organization of LoadRunner is OpenText. Earlier, HP was there, then it was purchased. HP was the first owner, then Micro Focus purchased this. Now OpenText is a company who have purchased this, right? LoadRunner. So, this is the current organization. Now, why this we will not be learning, and why the shift is there to JMeter, right? So that I'll explain. So see, so as I said, it's a benchmark tool. Benchmark is highly featured tool, right? But the problem is like um, it's it's commercial. It's come very costly. And if you see nowadays, everywhere cost cutting is going on, right? So in uh, from people's perspective, from employment job, and from tools perspective also. So in IT industry, all are using or try to use the all open source tools available, open source reliable tools available, right? So the same example I'll give here. Long back, HPUFT was a very famous tool in as a functional testing or automation testing in IT domain. But what happened? Slowly, Selenium came, and Selenium now it's like it's a dominant tool in the market, right, now, and now no one knows this. Why? Because same the HPU company who developed UAT also developed LoadRunner, correct? Initially, I just said, and this was also a very paid tool, commercial tool, right? So to use it to get the work done, we have to pay to them, to the people, Pay means what is the meaning of payment? Payment means like suppose we are using Windows, Windows OS, so we have to buy that, right? Now we have to buy that, or even this PPT, Microsoft Office, that all we have to buy. So this is called payment for software. So same thing is happening now. So same LoadRunner now it's losing its that charisma, okay, or that its popularity. Okay, same thing. They were same tool from same organization. Same tool means like this was performance testing and this was automation testing tool from same HP company, right? From same uh, organization. So this also now lost its popularity, or yeah, almost lost. And now this is now I will talk about then whatever others, right, which are here. So same like if you see here till here, all are like paid. These all are paid. Okay. And there are a few tools like Gatling, Lucas, or K6, which people say that they are like open source, but they are not purely open source. Okay. If you go and visit their website, you will see there is one part which needs, if you want to use them, you have to pay them. Okay. So that pay model is there, right? But in JMeter, now comes JMeter. So in JMeter is a purely open source tool, and there is no payment and anything that we need to pay to anyone to use there. So that is the only advantage. Okay. So where it's like pure open source, like how Selenium is pure open source now. So same JMeter is pure open source. Right? Why I'm saying pure? Because like to use anything of JMeter, there is no need to pay to anyone. But here in all tool, you have to. Now other things are there like to know this uh, tools, we have to know the hardcore programming language like Gatling, Scala is there, and Lucas Python, right? Python, and then K6 JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript. Hardcore means everything start with the programming one. Even one single line, if you want to write to do your to get your work done, it will be in coding. But in JMeter, it's not like that. In JMeter, only in 20% of cases, when it's required, we use the coding. And that too, we use Java coding or Groovy. Groovy Java are almost same thing. I'll explain that in our session later on, right? So we can use that, any one of this code, right? We have to just know how to use that. And if you want, you can use Python code. But Python is not directly supported. It's supported through plugin, right? But that too also in 20% of cases, you see. So starting to use JMeter to get our work done for testing anything, coding is not. So that becomes also more good. So that is about JMeter, and so that's why it's gaining popularity over all these tools in the market. So it will be like next Selenium, like how the Selenium everywhere Selenium with Java, Selenium with Python we do to get our automation testing tool done, right? Like automation testing work done, right? So like that. Now, few like Playwright is also coming up. People are saying it can be more famous than Selenium, but yeah, let it be. That is a functional testing domain, right? So we'll not compare, but just for information. But in JMeter, currently there is no such tool which will challenge JMeter. Now, so these are some security testing tools, just for example, which are used in security testers. There are some keywords that will be used going ahead in our session or in this domain, right? IT industries. So a defect or a bug, right? So any issue is called a defect or bug uh, in functional testing. But when it comes to performance testing, same thing related is called as bottlenecks, and in security it is called as vulnerability. So these are some keywords. Now, why we worry about that? Okay, so why to do performance testing, or why we worry about IT data? So see, if application is not good, right? So I'll first go here and then I'll come back. So see, suppose one example, like so many e-commerce websites are there, right? Now let us say that suppose for an example, Amazon is not good in terms of browsing or doing the work. So now the world is the world of competitors, right? So many applications are there in any thing, in banking, you take, in food delivery you take, e-commerce take, anything. Always competitors are there in nowadays. So if this platform is not good to use, we will obviously switch to another platform. So if we do that, then what will happen? So if application is not good, so customer will not be happy, will not visit the website, right? Um, so this way, what will happen? Loss of revenue, loss of customer, loss of productivity, brand damage. That business will not work. Now, what is the meaning of like poor performance in terms of application? So that's what I said. Like when we put load on the vehicle. So here also, when we put load on application. Now here load means the users. Okay, the users, and the duration. Okay, duration. So when so many, because the business is designed to be used by so many users, and all users will be using them, right, almost at the same time, right? Okay, so plus 24 by 7, 365 days it has to work, correct? So that is what reliability. So as you said, the car has to be driven 1000 kilometer, 2000 kilometer to check its reliability. So same application has to also run for 365 days, 24 by 7, and it has to support the users, right? 1000 users, 10,000 users, 1 lakh users. The big applications, they are supporting 10 lakh users, okay, in a day on a big billion day kind of sales, right? So how that is done, right? So that is the load. When load comes, load is the user. When 10,000 users are coming, how the application is being. So same way when load is there on the vehicle, how it's performed. So in terms of application, if performance is poor, you can see this all symptoms, right? So behaviors, it will be slow to respond. Uh, it it may stuck while browsing. Internal server error, bad gateway error. There is a number with that. We'll talk about this all later on. These are called response codes. A gateway timeout error, server is down, right? Server not found, service temporarily unavailable, right? So this kind of thing makes the user, no, unhappy, not happy, and which categorizes as poor performance. Now, some real-time examples, like how a poor performance of application has affected has affected the big businesses in the real time. So one example here, I've written this. If you want, you can read on later on. But like one or two example here. So suppose Amazon is a very old e-commerce website, right? It's very old, like if you see, first Amazon only came in like almost as a e-commerce. Then so many other website came. Flipkart is came in 2011 or 12, I think. Right? So it's new, but this Amazon is very old. So in 2013, it crashed for just 30 minutes. Okay, and as a result, Amazon was losing this much dollar per second as a revenue. So how it is calculated? If anyone want to know, so it depends on business. Like suppose they will be having idea like per hour how much business we are making. Right? Suppose you are delivering something, or you have a shop and you are selling something. So per hour how much sale you are doing, and from that how much profit you are making. Right? So this is how it is calculated. Okay. Same when big billion day sale, which we know, which just now happened, right, few weeks back. So Flipkart was the one which first it hosted in India on October 24th, 214, right? So that time again it was first time to do, so there were glitches and other things. So these are some like real time example I have kept. So that's why performance is a continuous process. It's not like that it is done one time and then it is done. It has to be always keep on, it has to be always done on the application, so that uh, because application is live, right? And users are using, but before user gets that problem, we should be aware of the problem, right, as a part of that team. That whether suppose in real time on Flipkart, suppose 10,000 users are coming and doing the booking, another thing. So before that, we should be doing that always from our end, that whether our application is ready or not, or any problem is coming or not. so that users should not face it. So it start from like beginning, and it runs, like this process runs on. Okay. For a big organization, they runs on this continuously. Now, what is performance testing? So basically, that's why it's putting user load on the application, right? And then testing its behavior generally in terms of response time. Response time is the time, like responsiveness, how fastness, how much number of user it can support, and then finding the bottlenecks. Okay, so this is about testing and engineering word, right? Here, that is clear. Engineering is about fixing it or get it fixed, or giving the analysis to how to get it fixed. So that is part of the problem. So first we have to do and find the problem, right? As I said, this bottleneck word will be used going forward. So any defect or yeah, any defect or any issue in performance testing is called as bottleneck. Fine. Now there are four key objectives, main key objectives. So one is speed, stability, scalability, reliability. Speed is like how fast, okay, for the users. Then stability is where if that number of users are using it for a long time, so whether the performance is degrading or not. Then scalability is where suppose a application is designed that it will handle 1000 users per hour, right? And but suppose 1000 users extra come in, so total 2000 users are there. So whether it is scalable or not, means whether it can handle that load without degrading the performance. And reliability with the long period, right? Like the car, suppose it has to be, a car is designed to run, right? And for longer duration when we are running, right? So whether it is reliable, whether any component is failing or not, right? Or whether it is going very slow, right? So the same thing, right? So whether applications are also designed, has to be work for 365 days, 24 by 7. So it has to be reliable. Okay. Then okay, why we need performance testing tools, right? So see, in real time, if we want to get the testing, this performance testing done of our application through manual approach, it's not possible. So in manual approach, what will happen? Suppose you want to get it tested, your application, let us say initially for 1000 users, right? So you have to bring 1000 real users and you have to make them sit at same time and then ask them to use your application, like whatever work the application is supposed to do, right? As a user, so they will be doing that, and then you will be monitor, right? Monitor like any problem is happening or not, or how fast it is. So this is how it works, but that will become challenge when we have to repeatedly do it. Or suppose if we increase that user thing to 5000, 10,000, so from where we will bring this users, right? So that is where this performance testing tool comes in, uh, like they comes in picture. So they do the same thing. They simulate the real user behavior, like how real user does, like suppose launching of the web page, login, submit an order, and then they generate the desired user load, how many user load is needed, and all users will be doing the same thing. Those users are called virtual users. These are real users, and users generated by tools are called as virtual users. Okay, and then receive the response and then check the response time and all other factors uh, like bottlenecks, how many users supported, and all those things, right? So that's why we need the tool, so that instead of real user, tool does the same thing. It also does what a real user does, browsing a website, booking a product, and tool will generate that many users for us. Okay, and all user will do the same thing. Those users are called virtual users because not, they are not real, they are virtual. Okay, but they are doing the same thing. And how to get this done, that is what we will be learning, right? That is the question, like how we will make a tool to do the same thing what real users on an application, right? So that is the course about, correct? But that is the tool what it will be doing. That's why we need the performance testing tool. Okay. So real user, virtual users, load generate permission. There are some terms slowly we'll understand. Uh, so I'm almost about to finish. So yeah, this is all about a small points. Like these are the points which will be revisited in the session. So what performance testing tool does, so they simulate the real user behavior in form of scripting, user load generation in form of virtual users, and getting the performance test statistics and results. Right. What are the important phases of a performance testing? So scenario identification, recording, enhancement, uh, putting load, execution, report analysis, right, and then recommendation. Okay, which is part of engineering. That's it. Next, yeah. So why to learn JMeter? So half of thing about JMeter I have already covered. Why the JMeter is so important. But a few more thing like it's pure open source performance testing tool currently, right? It's very free, no license is needed. It is light to use. It only 145 MB of file, very small file. It just download and use. Even it doesn't need installation. You can just download and use it. It needs coding in 20% of cases. It can be integrated with many other tools because in IT industry, integration means uh, getting the tools work with other tools, right? That is what integration. So it has to be done. So it can be integrated with Jenkins, Maven, so many other stuff, CI/CD. Correct. Jenkins is where CI/CD is there. Jenkins is part. To do any CI/CD, Jenkins is needed. CI/CD. Now market trend, as I said, it's next Selenium. It's going to be a Selenium of automation. So it's going to be what Selenium of performance. And so job requirement is there, and even the industry is moving toward full stack QA, where we have to know all these three. Okay, like manual concept, automation, any one at least, and performance, right? And it can help developers also if they suppose individual developers are there, right? So freelancers are there who have designed some application and they want to test it for some number of users, so they can also learn it and they can themselves get their product tested first, right? So it is fully capable in all this kind of testing where web applications, REST SOAP API, DBs, database queries, Selenium, JMeter for page and UI or page load testing, right? Then FTPs, SMTP, and Android, uh, like mobile apps. Now, this is just one overview, like so how many users are there on JMeter, on LoadRunner, which company have more jobs, right? In performance testing. Sorry, which country here? And this is about companies. Okay, with this survey, some very famous companies, right? So this is a graph taken from LinkedIn. Depending on the users on LinkedIn, right? How many users are on JMeter, how many are on LoadRunner, how many company have openings on performance testing. So from LinkedIn, this has been taken. Now, so about me, right? So myself, Vallabh Kumar, and I have eight plus of years of experience in JMeter, LoadRunner, and all these tools. Currently, I'm working in Bengaluru. I have worked on all this project of e-commerce education bank. I'm article author at Profmetrics, right? I'm associated as trainer with this Isha Training plus other institute also. Even on Profmetrics also, I give training. I'm providing training from 2020, from COVID time on. Uh, yeah, so almost 5 years. Like last year, I didn't give training till 2023. I was there. Then I had a gap. I didn't took training 2024. Then again from this year, I have started. Okay, so uh, yeah, so Yeah. So about that training, so you can see this is a 2025 batch of May, and this is uh, this is also January 2025 batch. So I'm not open all, right, just to show you, and these all playlists are hidden. So this is initial days, right, from like 2020, right? So if I just show you the playlist, just for information, like you'll be having idea of the trainer is new or not. So you see, from March 20, I took the first batch, right? And then like all this, right? So these playlists are there. Playlist means this many batches I have taken, okay, till now. I've just opened a few of them to show. Then next, like if you want to know more about Puffmetrics, so this is Puffmetrics, and this is a very dedicated uh, website, right, where anything related to course content, anything related to performance testing is there, and even I write article in. And about my course, if you want to know more on that, so you can search JMeter Basic to Advanced Performance, and you can read this thing on feedback on downside of this page. Okay, here, right. So uh, all this feedback, suppose you want to have walk through. And plus on Puffmetrics also I have a course, right? I took training there as well, so you can see there. You can see me there also, right? So my name will be there. So I take training many places. Even individual also I take at VK Tech Labs is my one channel. And this is our Isha Training Solution. So same course is here, right? So the whole thing is listed here as well, right? So you'll not find any difference, right? Anywhere you can attend, but it all depends on timing. I may be teaching there sometime, on some other time there, or here on some other time, right? So this why I'm saying is like, do not get confused. You will see my names many places. If you just search my name on like internet also, this all will come up. Okay? In just Google it, and course content, everything will be same every, right? So currently I'll be starting the same at ISA Training Solution at 8 p.m. Right? This will be 8 p.m. batch. Okay. And yeah, so this is all about this contents. Then about benefits. Okay. So benefits, right? I'll tell you here. Okay. So like I think you might have seen this uh, maybe in advertisement as well. Plus this all will be on website as well. So okay. So I'll just read on this PPTs. So see, first thing will be it will be of 60 days, right? 60 days. Let's come here. The same thing as PPT as well. So it will be 60 days, 75-hour course. 60 days, daily 1.20 hours, right? So you can think how much long it will be. Almost 2 months. Okay. And so in hours it will be 75 plus hours of course, right? This much long course no one delivers. That is my guarantee. You can search anywhere. That even I like, I'm not boosting, but I'm just saying you guys to do an R&D also, right, before enrollment, with all real-time project scenarios, use cases, example. So what applications we will be taking, all right? So we have this product booking is there, user registration, hotel booking, hotel cancellation, then asynchronous login is there. There is one internal real-time application also that I'll be showing for complex dynamic values, right? And those application to practice, I'll just do this. Them will be like, so we have the JPEG store, okay. Then we have adapting for hotel booking. Then we have no commerce, no commerce. So here default username and password is there. All is available on public internet, right? Then we have one banking kind of stuff as well, which is Parabank. Okay, so this is default user and password. I'll give that. So we can do some banking kind of stuff as well. We can see your bank balance, new open account, new account. So for practice, right? So we have one like this is hotel booking. This is for pets booking. Okay, product. Then this is no commerce. I have this is no commerce has two sides. One is the e-commerce kind of site. Okay, and this is admin panel of that. Okay, and this is banking. Okay, you see account fund transfer. So not in real time. They are demo website. Okay. Plus, I'll be having I have one this one internal application also, like a real time kind of project. That also is there. So it's so many stuffs are there, right, to do the practice. Okay, and all with real time. So that is there. Next, next important thing about this course is like here. So 7 days refund policy. Okay, so you can join my session till 7 days, and if you do not like that, we will refund you. So this is in written. Okay. Then job referrals. So this is important. Now, what is job referral? So job referral is suppose we as an institute or I have these 3,000 students, right? So we have like their details. Details means where they work, what is their name, email ID, and contact number. Okay, and in which company they have worked or they work. So that company detail is also there, right? Now this all company list, not their name, because publicly we do not give any one's information to anyone, right? But company names we will give that list I'll be giving. And if find any job on Naukri, on LinkedIn in that company, that time you can contact me. Okay, that there is a opening in this company and this company is there in your Excel list. So can you get me referred? So that time I'll get that person which we already know or I already know as a trainer, right? So many are there. I have so much contact. Even my stories like on referral based. I have done all my jobs on referral based one day. Like I'll tell you my story if you you can think like as a joke also, but that is a real time. So my first job was in one company in Bangalore where one of my friend, only close friend of my school referred. So how referral works, I'll tell you. He referred, so I worked there. I gained experience. Then I started working on my course. Okay, so this is a very good course. Like I'll just say, if this course content on JMeter, if you find anywhere in this internet, right, even not in this like in India, anywhere in this world, right, same course content with this much long and all these details that no one is giving. So I prepared course and then I started giving training from COVID time, right? When work from home started. So I have had a plenty of time. That time I have trained so many people. Like so, there was one people whom I trained, and he was working as a manager in one company. Then when I was searching job, so he referred me in his company. Okay, so I that is a Fortune 500 company in Bangalore. Very, if you see the rating of that company, okay, like I have resigned from there now. I have worked for almost 4 years there. So IQVIA, I worked there IQVIA. Just search IQVIA on Google, IQVIA Bangalore, and see the rating. Okay, you'll see 12,000 plus of rating, right? So I worked there. So like there I got referred. Now after that, like because of my knowledge, people then I have cracked interview in many places. I have cracked interview in TCS, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, right? But I have never worked there because they are not a good company to work. You know, if you see the current situation of TCS, what is happening, right? So I have cracked interview, but I did not work. I worked for some good company. Then all name I cannot take. uh, this is a little bit lenient in working, very good work culture, so I can take its name. That is not problem. Even I have resigned from there. You can check on my LinkedIn profile as well if you search on Vallabh Kumar. So then what happened, right? So after that, then I have given training, corporate training also. Okay, so then I changed to two more companies where those people where I've given corporate training, they invited me to work. Okay, so on referral basis, I've got my all jobs, right? So it's like that. Okay, but it's not like that. Like for me, interview was linear. No, I've cleared all. Like it will interview will be like it's not. See, never background and anything is not there. Don't think like that. Okay, I have offer letter from uh, other companies also. I can show you if like anyone doubt me. Right? It's not like that. I'm just saying you how referral works and communication. Okay, network communication, how it works. Right? So I'm talking about that. Okay. So interview, everything will be like how it happens further. It will happen for me and you also, right? So do not think like that. I'm just telling you one story, okay, or one situation. So I have cleared all those interview and but I have worked as a referral only, if you see. And depending on like how my referral has worked is like I have trained and they think okay he's knowledgeable. And then when I search them, sometimes they approach me or I have approached and then my interview schedule and I have worked there, right? It's like that. Okay. So this is how. So it's like that. Even one of my training again, they invite. Okay, there are so many people who invite me that we have opening here. Do you come like that? So you see, because they know me or I know them, right? So referrals is like that. Okay, referral happens like that, right? Now tomorrow I'll share you one screenshot of also. Not today. That is not handy. How referral work. Okay. So like that, we have a huge referral. So you can contact me, and that time I'll contact him, and then we will get to refer. So this is how this is a very good thing I am offering, right? Then after the session, mock interviews will happen. So if you want those people will of this whole course, right? They are interested can join mock interview, and then lifetime access to the recorded session videos. Everyday session videos through YouTube will be given, right? Then this is basically focused on cracking, or if you want to show your or convert your experience till 3 to 4 years of experience. Suppose you are manual tester and want to switch to performance, or you have automation testing um, experience and want to jump to performance also. The beginner as well, right? Who is searching job. So for them, for everyone, okay. And these all are tools and technologies we'll be covering. So I think you have read them, or if you do not know, so I can I'll read them tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow we will have demo 2. So that time I'll talk about the course content little bit more, right? Because it's huge. And if you see like yeah, so if you see device thing has been highlighted, and the same thing is there on the website. Okay, so I'll be explaining them one by one. See, because everything, like suppose who is not known to all this, it will be go upon head, right? So I cannot read them, but somewhat I'll give a brief tomorrow of this course content. It's till uh, here, right? Someday will increase. Okay, someday will increase, but so this is what a device course content is there. Right? So for now, just an overview. Everything, like if you see any tool which is highlighted here, okay, um, all tool will be covered, and basically detail on this tool I'll be giving tomorrow. Okay, or if I have more doubt, plus coding, if you see that everything will be covered, right? All these technologies, tools, right? So that will be benefits. Apart from that, I'll just cover other part of the benefit this course content will take. Then yeah, so focus on cracking the interview each day, recorded session videos, right? And then if you have done full payment, so any future and suppose some like accidentally people uh, they do not want to continue, right? They get some problem or at the same time, so you can attend the future batch also without free, right? That will be free without any further payment. This class notes and everything will be given. Okay. Now, yes, so all these are detailed. We'll start with core concepts and core concepts of performance testing. Then we'll go all in these details. Okay. Regular expression, dynamic value, test data, Jenkins, GitHub, CI/CD, distributed testing, right? Windows authentication, Kerberos, whatever you have heard in performance testing, all are here, right? Coding. There are 4 to 5 day session on coding also, calculating think time, pacing, workload modeling. Right? Then like web application API, database testing, FTP, file upload, download, Selenium, WebDrive, IPO spoofing, network simulation. In engineering part, on AppDynamics, Dynatrace, Visual VM, JProfiler, JConsole, heap dump, thread dump, garbage collection concepts, perf and monitoring of server Windows and Linux servers, Linux commands, right? So this will be there. So this is the overview and detail per day how that will be covered. It's here, and in the same way it is there on the website also. Okay, so that is there, and this is my main PPT using which I do training. So if you see this whole PPT only, like how much detail this whole PPT till here, and it contains like how much it's 240 PPTs are there, right? So how much detail it is, and uh, can some contents are getting added. It's not like that as many contents get added, right? And total day wise like here, 60 days sessions. And coding, if you know, or many people is interested about knowing the coding. So here, 5 to 6 days almost on coding, right? With all real-time scenarios I have written here that will be covered, where we'll be using code. Okay. Now, so that is a brief. More I'll cover tomorrow. Then, just a second. Just a second. Give me 1 minute. Okay. And yeah, so that is all here. And so anything,
So
yes.
can I ask you question very
I'll take the
so
questions now.
yeah, so this you mentioned we have to use Java Groovy for 20%. Then, this does that mean that we should know, we should have a good control on the language, because doing 20% also need the full,
Coding language, yes.
understanding of, right?
Hmm.
It's not like you just learn 20% and leave 80% and still you'll be able to do.
No, we have to know. Yes.
So we have to know language very well, right? Then only we can use it. Although we have to use it 20% technically, but
Yes, yes. So that here one thing I like to say, it's not like as a developer you have to know, because there are two in coding also there are two things, right? It is developer coding is different, tester coding is different, right? And because if a tester know that coding very well, so he will become developer, right? So there is
okay,
differences there. Why people choose the testing domain? Because uh, that differentiation we have to understand in real time, that why people are choosing testing domain, why they are not becoming developer. Because I'll tell the real fact, right? That because they are not that much in that hard coding, right? Where we have to solve the problem of data structures, all those things, correct? So to become a hardcore developer, we have to know this. But if we know the basics of Java, the core Java, so you can become the Selenium tester, right? Because only core Java is needed. Even that data structure, all these things, the algorithms you might have heard of, all those things is not needed. Those concept is not needed in testing on core Java is needed. So same way here also. So we do not need to know the whole Java if you try like you do not need to know that data structure for IT code in performance testing. You have to know the only the code, the basic.
Okay.
If
And
even if you
so
know the basic, the code you will get from AI.
yeah,
But the
that was my next
implementation you
question.
have to know.
So
The
Chat GPT can
implementation,
help during the
yes,
project
help.
if we get.
Hmm.
Okay.
Chat
Okay.
GPT will always help because it is there. But how to
Yeah.
write it in your way, right?
Yeah, and that we can learn. And
That
so
we can.
you mentioned a lot of good things in one of the slides, like the API transaction, database, performance,
Yes,
and
that
various other
is
things.
yes,
So are we going
yes,
to really practice all of those things?
yes, yes.
Okay. And is it easy because you have a very good content, everything looks so detailed. So this is excellent. So are we going to, how with the training, do you think, we'll be in a decent status to apply for a job? Because you need to have some good confidence. Learning is one thing, but, practically getting a job and
Hmm.
the doing is another thing.
Uh, See, I can share you some screenshots. If you just want that, how my training has helped people in getting job.
If you're saying I trust you, but it's your
I can
confidence
just
is
show
that.
you. The See here. The name I have hidden because that is
Yeah,
confidential.
yeah.
That you know that is confidential. You see here one is screenshot. Then and this name are with me. If you want, in personally, I can share this
No,
name.
no, 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 no. We don't need the name. It's just
This
a
is one.
thought.
Yeah, this you see one. Yeah, hexaware he correct. Yes. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Then
And we will learn the CI/CD with the Jenkins and Maven also, because that's like very common
uh,
if you go to any
yes.
company, right?
Mhm.
That also
That
will
is
learn.
what.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I said. Till 5 year or 3 to 4 or 5 year. What we do or what is important, whole thing will be covered. So
okay,
after learning this, any question will not be asked. That is my guarantee. Okay. In performance domain, especially on JMeter, outside my syllabus.
okay. Thank you.
Yes. So this you see the four screenshot I've just kept to show you. There are so many, but I do not like who will keep those. Like I am like that because my name works. Okay, if you just see on Google and YouTube, you search BKs or JMeter Basic to Advanced, you can see so many playlists. Okay, so you can watch them also to have idea how my teaching is. Okay. And as you said, you can more feedback. You can go and read type JMeter basic to advanced and Profimetrics like that. If you type, you'll get some Google page as well, and you can read feedbacks over there also. So it's all online. So that's why I do not show the things. Right? I generally say people to do the R&D before trusting the trainer. Right? How famous he is, or how well he is, how public available he is, right? Or how much presence he has in the public, right? How much batches he has taken, like that. So that's why I've shown all this and I ask people to do their R&D. Yeah, it's like that.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
This is, yeah, like I would like to know this session is so valuable. The contents are I'm looking for that, but I need any timings which will work for me. Like I'm in USA CST timings, so it is early mornings or office hours. So in the evenings, that is like India morning time, night timings. Any other timings are doing the same course?
In morning.
Yeah.
Morning. We will check like morning batch. We have not planned. Maybe in future, after few weeks, we'll plan a weekend batch. So you can join. I'll plan a weekend.
The weekend batches there. Would
Mhm.
like to know that, about that. This is with the same contents. If you're going to
Yeah,
start.
yeah. Content everywhere it will be same. With my content, especially where anywhere if you search like my VK short form, in all content is separate. Sorry, same. Uh, Irrespective of whether I am teaching. Okay, whether on this institute or on some other institute. Okay.
Would like to know about the weekend classes, which that would be great.
So they will be you have to be in just like in touch with them. So they will advertise and then you will get to know. Or you can ping
Okay.
me also on my number. Okay. And even I can remind.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir. Anand here.
Mhm.
So actually, my company is looking for playwright with Gatling to upscaling. So if I
Playwright with Playwright and Lucas will work. Gatling is totally different. Playwright is
okay,
Playwright works. Gatling will work on a Scala language. Okay, so it's better if you use Lucas if you want to go in coding stuff, because Lucas works on Python, and Playwright also we can write on Python. Okay, and Playwright. What is the added advantage of Playwright? I'll tell you. It's not working. Wait, what happened?
so my question is like if I learn JMeter,
Hmm.
then how I am comfortable with using Gatling as
Yes,
well.
that I'll come to tell you. See, even for me, first I was like geometry guy, and I've learned loader and load and all those things. Then in recent company, I have to work on Lucas. Okay, Lucas, and Lucas is pure coding based tool, which is Python based, right? So everything you write is everything you start is code. Now their confusion comes. Okay, it becomes very hard to understand if you do not you are not aware of many things from JMeter perspective. So that is what else,
Okay.
because everything looks in code format, right? Here things looks good in JMeter, right? It's visual, and it becomes very easy if you see the things. I'll just show you one. To see, to get the work done on JMeter, it's like totally GUI based, right? And when the things are visible, um, it becomes very understandable or easy to understand the thing. But when it becomes code based, right? One response. So suppose, let us say, so this is JMeter, right? How it works? We have one scenario here. Have some transaction running. Okay, this is working with think time. Let us stop. So here, if you see like home page request is going right and proper
Yes.
response is coming, you can see that. And when you see and when you work on the things which is visible to us, that it becomes more more understandable, correct? Right?
Yeah.
But same thing if it is in code format, okay? Because here there is no code, right? A request is getting fired. You see that there is header, some header, and then there is a response, right? And then response, and then we have a time. Okay, very simple. A little bit like if you have idea, it doesn't look complicated, correct? But the same thing, if I do that in Playwright, I'll write you. Not Playwright, Lucas. Yeah, suppose.
Lucas actually is totally different. We are focusing on Gatling actually.
Both are code based. All everything is, so you can do a suppose a Gatling code to hit uh, google.com for 10 users. Okay. Because these code are not with me, so I'm using Google. See, a simple Google thing is like this code base. Now, so which is complex to understand. Just tell me.
Code base.
Okay,
Code base.
can
Yes.
you
So
show the
if you see this or if you observe this correctly, if you know the main thing, okay, of regular expression in from GUI mode, which is JMeter, where we work main thing in GUI, test is run in non-GUI, that is different thing. Then only you will be able to work perfectly here, because to extract a value also there are dynamic value extraction and many things, right? You will be knowing. So if you properly know how to use regular expression and extract a value from here, then only you apply a code to extract a value, because extracting a value also you have to write a code, and the response only you are not able to see how it will work. Okay, that is the problem.
Okay.
So that is where when you become efficient in at least working on JMeter, just at least not very much efficient, not going in advanced concept, at least just creating a test script for at least 1, 2, 3 scenarios, right? And all the concept of JMeter at least, right? Then only you'll be able. Suppose you have to verify here. See, it has verified the status code as 200. But suppose you want to verify a status code is here also. Suppose here 200. Okay, so we get that it has verified. But if you want to verify anything from this response code, then code will change, right? You have to change the code. It becomes difficult. And extracting, suppose you want to extract a value, because we know everything is extracting in any script. Suppose a JSON value is there, or a FPID or source page ID, we are extracting, and it looks, here is very simple extracting. You have to just prepare extractor like regular expression extractor, and you see it, they extract and we pass them in the request, which is here, right? Which is here. But here you have to write that in code format. Okay.
Okay.
Show what code in the JMeter we have to write. Just
In JMeter, as I said, using JMeter initially doesn't require coding. Only in complex case we write a code. So for an example, I'll tell you. Here there was one code written just to verify uppercase or lowercase. Okay. Now what is that? I'll tell you. For an example. Suppose here the value is passing in all caps. Okay, cats for an example. Now here it's in the same value is in cats, but it's not in uppercase. All it's like capitalization, right? Running. So I want to verify that whether what user select. Suppose he selected cats, so in response also cats should be there. So now that verification thing, because here it is passing in capital form, right? And here it is in same. So verification becomes tricky, because verifications are case sensitive. You know, cases like a small letter, all it will take. So one small code like I have written in this. This is a training script only. So which will change that value, which is fully in upper thing. Okay, whole upper to like first letter upper and all lower, and then it will verify. Okay, so few small use case, or let us say suppose we are booking a product here, and for an example, a product has been booked. Here is order ID, and what product has been booked, what is the amount. If you want to write this in a file, you want, right? So that time you have to write code. So they are some special use case only where code is written needed. Otherwise coding is not needed directly. Okay, normal verification, suppose your home page is there, and or here enter store is there, or suppose I have logged in. Suppose here I have logged in, so here it's coming welcome. So normal verification will give, suppose I'll give login in sorry, this welcome as a assertion in here, welcome. Here welcome, it's come. Okay, welcome is there. Okay, you see welcome, or sign out becomes visible when you sign into any application. Sign out becomes visible. So if you see no,
but practically in the project, there will not be many
here you see
simple
the
scenarios, right?
no,
There will be complex
simple means
scenarios.
no, not simple. Complex, you are not understanding point I'm saying. Complex scenario, simple scenario, no. I didn't mean that. I didn't understand you. I never said that complex and simple. I said in some other cases, only in some special cases. I said.
Okay.
Special. So that's what I was trying to say you, show you. See, suppose here sign out. So a user has sign in or sign in not, how it will come to know welcome message, welcome word is coming, or the sign out is visible, because before logging it's sign in, and when user is done it's sign out. So welcome is a text. Okay, if you go and see in response always comes in code format. So if you search your welcome, so you see here welcome Jojo is coming, or the code for that sign out. Okay, sign out. Here, sign off, sign out. The code for sign out is there in the response, right? So I have taken that same and put it. I have put in here, not here. Here in login, in assertions, sign out or the welcome. So it's very simple to verify, right? And this was a special case where verification was little bit challenging because the cat, the user who is picking, let us say he's selecting cats here. But if I go and search in response, the cat, capital cat is not there. You see, that's what in I just have shown it here at heading that it's not in all capital. Okay, so that time we written the code so that this selection got converted in a small, like this running, and then we verified that whether the same thing is there. Okay, so it's like that. So in a special cases, only coding is needed. While only using JMeter, coding is not there, because if you see here, no code there. Do you see here anywhere coding? These are all request tests. Okay, it's all we have to learn about request response. Here request is going here. This is all request test. Okay? There is no code here. Everything. But if you see, this is just a home page. Or wait, just for Google only, I'll show you one. Suppose we want to hit the Google Doc. How we will do? Okay, I'll give very quick. And some headers, all things are needed. But for an example, so this request meant it is hitting Google, and this is Google page. Just want to be sure, this is Google page, right? This is how Google comes, correct? Logo is not visible because this is tool. So this all we will understand why logo is not. But this is Google page, correct? So request meant a response came, right? And this is just for one user. So how much time it is taken, we have observed, correct? It looks simple, but same thing if you want to do in Gatling, you have to write this much. You see, so that is where I'm saying. So to use JMeter, there is nothing. I never said simple or complex. Okay, there is nothing simple or complex. Everything about concept, and whatever I'm teaching will be from project oriented only. Okay, so you'll never face any problem in project whether it is complex here. Even I have one internal application. Even I have shown it
And
in
also
post-grad as
in
well.
that comparison,
Here,
response time will be changed, right?
mm, then generally few millisecond change will be there.
Yeah, because we are running in
Tool
code.
always play. Yes. Code will take more to combine another thing.
Yeah, yes.
So that's what I said. So even I'll be covering one internal application, as I said here, that to show you a project. So all these 4 5 application that I've just shown, they are publicly available, right? They are practice. But one internal application video is there I have, and that is script I have to show you like how one. It was a very complex project. Application, if you see, when I'll show you, it will look very simple. But that script becomes complex because more dynamic, complex dynamic values are there. So that also I'll be showing. So every teaching I'll be giving from project oriented. But in all that you'll see, there is no use of coding. Coding only a special case I said. Okay, no simple, no complex,
Okay.
right? In separate scenario, which JMeter cannot support. So there you have to use the coding. Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Getting the point? Like
Yeah.
JMeter doesn't have functionality, so that time you have to use the code. To use only for a like, so that's what in 80% of uses, anything coding is not, only in a special case, right? So one special case, like I just told you that cat thing, right? User is choosing cat in this, but in response it is coming like this, and I want to verify this what user is choosing and what it is coming. So that time the JMeter has not functionality to, it has, but it is not working. There is bug in that. So we have written a code which convert this to in this format, and then it verifies that whether user selected the same product or not. Now, what is the meaning of this in very simple format? I'll say, like what is cat? You will be thinking like, so. See, suppose we have a Flipkart, and suppose I'll search a laptop here. Suppose I'll click on Asus this, right? So when a user is selecting on this, so this is going as a selection to the server. Okay. Now the same thing should be reflecting in the response. It is reflecting on, right? So now I want to verify that what the user selected, whether he is getting the same thing in response. So generally here, if you see, suppose it went to new tab, not in. So when I click here, so the same word, same name, adjective, it is coming here, correct? But suppose this is all in capital letter and here it is coming in running letter, then but name and everything is same. Then how will I verify that whether it is same or not? So this stuff I'll write a code and get converted in running letters, right? Running means first capitalization stuff, and then we will get it verified. Right? But here
Mm.
no need to verify because this same exact thing is coming as it is here. So fine, right?
Yeah, correct. But
Okay. So this
performance
is
point of view, I need to check the what is the time is taking to load the page.
that is different thing.
Yeah,
That is the end result. This is about scripting. While
yeah,
doing the scripting, this all rule we have to follow because one like suppose you clicked on this. Now, how will know that whether user has got the same thing in response on? Because suppose you are running for 4 users, one user is clicking on this, one user is clicking on this, and uh, one user is clicking on this. So uh, all these user will get what they are clicking in their response, right? So how we will verify that? Okay.
okay.
Performance thing is different. That is the end product of scripting. First, we have to prepare the script. So that is what we have to learn. It's not easy. Like I've just shown you. Okay, I entered here
No, no, no.
Google
Actually,
and
I have
no,
worked with
I'm just
some
telling. Yeah, I'm
performance
just
engineers
telling.
also. They are
Yes, yes.
telling that okay, it's working, but for once we're running UI test cases, it's taking a lot of time to load. So that's
No,
the thing
then
actually.
that is what that we have to understand the difference between UI and API. In UI,
Yeah.
comes the Java stuff rendering, CSS file, right? All this thing is there. So EY is totally different from server response time.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is the thing, right? So see, so coming to the point where I saying, so suppose you want to learn all
Yeah,
this
I got
thing, as
it.
I
I
said,
got it. I got it. I got it.
Getling, right? These are now in current trend, as you said, Getling,
Yes.
K6,
Yes.
and Lucas. These are because they are not pure open source but half open source. And
Yes.
why people are offering like want to go with them, I'll tell you, because they are developer friendly. Developer do not know JMeter, right? Developer know the code, so he will only
Mm.
understand anything written in code format. Okay. So they say other people to change your testing framework to this coding based tools. Okay. So it all depends on company. Not all everywhere this practice is not going on, but this is what because whatever script suppose you have written, now suppose developer also want to know that, right? So suppose you have written in JMeter, so it will become he if he doesn't know JMeter. So suppose what I
Mm.
have shown here, for just a few like uh, I'll show you all this. So this is one script. Now, if you do not know JMeter, then what about like what I have done here? What is this? What is this? What is this? Right? He'll not know, right? But the same thing, if it is written in code, he will understand. Okay, here package is called. Here you are hitting the Google. Here you are verifying the code. So for him, it become easy. So that's why they are asking people. Sometimes not it's not forceful, but in few organization, generally the foreign people, okay, foreign developers, they are asking to change to go for coding based tools. Okay. But
Yeah.
that is where I'm saying that your question that how easy it will become. So it will become very difficult for a beginner to
Mhm.
write a coding based scripting thing. Just now, this is the example. You see, suppose you are just hitting a Google, so this much code you have to write. But the simple thing, I just wrote in JMeter. It was very simple. Okay, so that
Okay.
and this is just overview. Uh, you have to extract value and many things. So you will not see them here. What request is going, what response coming, when you run this, you will not be able to see, but here you see them. And when we run that, you see them, and when you see the thing, it becomes easy to understand. Okay, suppose this is one response, and suppose there is a source page value, there is one dynamic value. It looks to us, right? It's visible, but generally in all these tools they are not visible, and that time it becomes more complex to extract those values. Plus it becomes more complex, like extracting also you have to write code and other thing. Okay, so script preparation is very tough,
Mm. Yeah.
and you can only do when you learn JMeter. Means when you know at least not all the thing about JMeter, not all complex thing, but at least a script preparation how it is done in JMeter. then only you will understand here also, or you will apply, or that thinking will apply here. That okay, suppose here they have verified a status code.
Yes,
Now I want
yes.
to verify some that Google homepage logo, right? Then how I'll verify? Okay,
Okay.
like that. Okay. So
Thank you. I think time is running out 9:30.
yeah.
Sorry.
So I'll end today. I'll meet you tomorrow, right? We'll continue this discussion tomorrow.
Sure.
Again, if you have doubt, you can ask me tomorrow anything. I'll explain course content in detail tomorrow again. And then, so this will be demo session, and then you can enroll and feel free till 7 days. That is written via I'm giving. So if you do not like, you can ask for the refund. Okay, and that will be on website also. So do not worry about your money. For 7 days, you can attend, and whether you like or not, then you can continue. And so 7 days means a 7 working session starting. Day 1 is almost done. We will start from day 2. So from day 2 to till day 8, right? You can attend
Okay.
all 7 working days. Yeah. And if you want to continue, we can continue. So thank you guys for attending. Like I have to
Thank
go for
you.
another meeting.
Bye.
Yeah. So I'll meet you guys tomorrow. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.